What's going on, guys? Alan here with another daily trade recap. Today is Thursday, November 2nd, 2021, and I will be going over my trades for today. I had 3 mental trades and 1 actual trade, so we will get into that. Up on the screen currently is the overall market. This is the NASDAQ QQQ. The bottom, 1 year, 1 day. Top left, 5-day, 1 minute. And the top right is the 15-day, 15-minute. As you can see, um, we had a morning spike pretty much up into this resistance level, and it dipped down or cracked down below red or to red green, bounced up to VWAP, and looks like it couldn't reclaim uh, VWAP there. Let me just change this coloration here. All right, change that color. But yeah, this is the overall market. We'll see what it does tomorrow, day at a time, but it looks like it's having some difficulty at this resistance support level here at 3.9 area. So we'll get into my first mental trade today. Ticker CFVI. As you could see, not really much going on prior to today. Um, just a bunch of noise, really. But we had a pre-market spike up to about 15, and what were we sitting at before? In the nines. $15.50 pre-market. Seems like it was going to spike at the open, or seemed like it was going to keep going at the open, but that's how a lot of pre-market action is. Low volume takes you by surprise. Let's see, I traded it at 9.54. So obviously there's no previous support or resistance levels or price levels that you can base things off of. So what I did was I just based it off of the pre-market where it opened. You could do the same thing, probably up here if you wanted to get all technical with it. But and I was curious to see if we would see some kind of bottoming action there, and it did seem like it was bottoming. So at 9.54, right in this third candle here, I got it in 11.45, and with a risk of low of day. And as you can see, it cracked a couple minutes later, 9.56, and I cut it. I was looking away from the screen for 1 second there, and I missed getting filled when it was cracking, and I got filled down into here, I think at 11.05. So that ended up being a 3.5% loss. Not great, but that's what these stocks can do. They can just quickly tank below or above. But yeah, not a bad trade. Just cut it when it broke my risk. So then we'll move on to trade number 2, mental trade number 2. Same ticker. I got in at 10.03 when it reclaimed that level because it put in this kind of like a double bottom here. I got in at 10.03 at 11.40, just a little bit below, with the same risk of low of day. Well, I shouldn't say same risk because that would have been up here, but now my risk is down here, so my share count was cut in half. And let's see, I sold it at 10.15. Right in this candle here. It put in these highs. I thought it was great. I thought this was looking really good. I was anticipating a dip to this level, but right in here when it kind of bounced and then it didn't push anymore and started fading again, I got kind of nervous and I just cut it for a small loss. That was a 0.26% loss. So, nothing crazy. These are just NASDAQ plays. They're choppy. I'm kind of glad I cut it there. I didn't stick to my plan, but I didn't like the price action, so it is what it is. If I didn't cut it there, I probably would have definitely cut it into here when it couldn't break this high. We will move into the third mental trade. That was ticker OWUV. And I got the arrows on this one. So today's second green day. As you can see, this is an OTC stock. As you can see, we had a breakout above about 5 cents here, and then a secondary breakout above about 7 cents. That was all yesterday. And you can see that here, perfect action with the morning spike, the dip midday, holding this support level here, and then ramping up towards the end of the day. You'd want to be, I would want to be buying into this, but I wasn't looking really through my scanner yesterday. I was just kind of working on that spreadsheet that I showed yesterday. But this would have been an ideal place to buy into with the low of day as risk, or I shouldn't say low of day, but with these levels as risk, about 6 cents. Afternoon breakout. And then this morning we had a morning spike, and I wanted to see it continue that trend. So my plan with this was I want to buy on a dip, and as long as it holds the overall trend, I will hold until I need to. But as with a lot of these plays, I get kind of nervous when sorry about that, when they start showing weakness. And I exited for a small gain here. I ended up getting in at 12.45 and I sold at 12.8, I believe. Yeah, 12.85. So that ended up being a 3.2% gain. Nothing crazy. If I held through this, which I should have because my risk was the low of day down here at about 11. Or what? Let me see. Yeah, my risk was 11, but now that I'm looking at it, risk of 11 is good, low of day. But if I didn't sell here into this, I probably definitely would have sold maybe down into here, into this. I don't really know. Um, maybe into this lower high because it was looking kind of weak and the volume started fading. So maybe into here, but hindsight trading is easy. But there is no excuse for missing a reclaim of VWAP. You know, I mean, this dipped, didn't get near low of day. It was a half a cent higher, or not a half a cent. Yeah, half a cent higher. Um, and if you were to buy anywhere into here on this reclamation of VWAP, um, with a risk of either VWAP or low of day, then you would have been in for a nice afternoon spike. Let's see, let's say you got in at 13. What's that, 13 to, let's say 13 to 18, just devil's advocate here. 38.5%. So that would have been a nice little gain there. But we'll see what it does tomorrow. I mean, this is obviously severely overextended. Look at how far away from the simple moving average it is. I mean, just crazy. So, and then we'll go into the one actual trade I did today. I wasn't looking to place an actual trade today, but I think that waiting for the afternoon would be a good thing for me because I get all that morning price action in, and then I get to compare that to the previous days. But as you can see, IMGN here, third green day. We had it spike, couldn't break out, it didn't touch the levels, but it couldn't break out, and then closed on down here. Yesterday, spiked up, broke through, and today this could be a consolidation day. But I wanted to see if we could push or hold this breakout level here. Let me zoom into these. So as you can see, it broke red to green, reclaimed it, spiked all the way back up to that resistance level. If you look over at the 15-day, 15-minute, you could see that yesterday it had issues holding that level. It held it for a little bit, about an hour or so, and then it fell off there. But not before giving a nice spike up into the high sevens. So I wanted to see something like that kind of happen today. I wasn't expecting it to get all the way up there, but I was looking for maybe 750s to 770, give or take. I just wanted to see if it had some gas left in the tank, but tomorrow this will be a good one to keep an eye on and see if it can hold that level. But anyway, I saw it dip to here. I saw it putting in these higher lows, and I didn't get in because what is the trend here, you know? So once it started spiking, I started formulating my plan, and I figured if it, I thought that it would, I thought that once it reached about 720, the mid 720s, I thought we would see it hit it and then bounce back or show some weakness and then maybe dip, and I would like to enter onto the dip. But it was just super strong. I really didn't want to buy into the strength, but I ended up buying because I thought that it could push, and it ended up breaking out. But as soon as it started getting toppy, I started getting more nervous because the overall market, as you saw, is down and definitely under some key resistance or support levels there. And also, you know, this ran yesterday, the volume was kind of low, and what are you really expecting from a spike like this? So I was looking at the 15-day, 15-minute where it topped out, where some of these levels kind of topped out or had some problems, and I decided to just take it off. Um, I kind of was kicking myself because I thought I should have sold only half, and then maybe it was going to ramp up some more. But you know, obviously, when it dipped hard here, I was happy I sold all. Um, but even if I did sell half initially here, I probably would have sold. Well, I don't know, but regardless, I sold all my position. That ended up being a 1.3% gain. So not a huge gain, but I did acknowledge that this was probably, you know, this had the potential to break out, and I was realistic with my goals. So that's something that is really good, and that's something I need to just continuously improve on. Um, that's pretty much it for today. I mean, I ended up being just under $10 green on the day. So since I haven't technically placed a real trade, December so far I'm up. So that's great, up a whole 10. But we'll just take it a day at a time, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'd like to talk about. I mean, THGI or TGHI was a good one today that I missed. Um, so that's a good OTC. I wouldn't be surprised to see it fall off tomorrow though. But hey, who knows? Um, Similar volume. We have big spikers and then kind of that red, kind of an odd red day after that. So we'll see. But that's pretty much it for today. Hope you guys had a good day, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.